Borderlands 4 has had many mixed reviews since its launch. Just take a look at what some of these other YouTubers have been saying about this game so far. Despite the negative reviews that we just saw, there are still plenty of positive reviews on Borderlands 4, so today I'm going to take it into my own hands and rate Borderlands 4 using 5 different metrics to give it an overall score that might help you decide, is this a game you would like to play and purchase? Let's jump into what those 5 metrics are. Number 1, performance. Does it get the frames that you would expect it to get? Number 2, difficulty. Is it too hard or is it too easy? Number 3, fun. That one's pretty easy to figure out. Number 4, visuals. Does it look like a $70 game? Number 5, you're just going to have to wait till you get there in the video because I'm not spoiling it. And then overall, we're going to rank these out of 10 points each for a total of 50 points possible. All right, so we are on the first metric of performance. So we are going to take a look at the top left corner of the screen. I have a tool here that will help us understand and inspect exactly how the computer is running and what kind of frames we are receiving. So on the top left, we have the GPU, which says the temperature of what it's running at, the utilization, so how much it's actually using the graphics card. Below that, you will see MEM. So I'll do it here for you. MEM, that stands for the amount of VRAM that's being used for every 1024 megabytes. That is equivalent to 1 gigabyte. So this card is an RTX 5070. It has 12 gigabytes of RAM, excuse me. So if we start to get to like 12,400 or so, somewhere in that number, that means that the card is being overutilized and it may stutter a lot. The CPU usage, so it's using the CPU very heavily, and then the FPS. So we're on windowed full screen, 1440p. These are the default settings that came on it. So, you know, you can look through here. Nothing is on ultra, nothing's on anything other than medium or high. I will say I did some playing in the cinematics in the intro, and those visuals are incredible. High frame rate there. We're gonna look into the FPS here and see what it looks like so we can give it an overall ranking. So again, continue to look at that FPS number.
With pleasure.
Okay, that guy's dead. So we're hitting around 60 FPS or lower at times.
Come on.
Okay, so still 66 FPS. Okay, so haven't dropped below 66 FPS. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I tried to record a video before this on it, and I had it on full screen instead of Windows full screen, and I started quite a few times there where it dropped like hard, like the screen would freeze. So if you're running it on full screen, you might expect those things to happen, but so far I haven't really had any like, oh, that was a terrible experience. Let's see if it has any problems here. Oh, I double headshot him. Nice. Okay, so I think I'm ready to give the performance score. So again, in the spirit of transparency, I tried to record this video on full screen, and for some reason it didn't work. It defaulted it to like a 1080 size. But during that period of time, I had some really bad stuttering. So I was running a little bit higher FPS, like 70 to 80. Here it's been on windowed full screen, 60 to 62 consistently, which is really, really bad. I'm sure I could play with some settings and get it to be a little better, but I am kind of in agreement with a lot of the other people that are saying that the performance is pretty poor on this, and we'll get to this further down the video, but I think I'm gonna have to rate the performance a 3. To have the newest gen 5070 in this computer, and this is as far as I can push it, feels kind of disappointing. So next, number 2, let's talk about the metric of difficulty. I have never played Borderlands before. I put it on easy. This particular mode does not seem hard, but it does seem like it might get harder overall. So I think that there is opportunity to run into some really challenging bosses. Like even here, I'm taking a lot of damage. You still have to be able to like understand how to hide. You can't just run around and like run and gun and win. You do have to have like some idea of how to play an FPS, like this type of game. So as far as difficulty, in my experience so far, I would not say that this game is too hard or too easy. I would say I'm probably gonna have to give it an 8. I think that it's just the right level of difficulty. So if you are beginner to like FPS and those types of things, it's pretty intuitive. You can figure out how to pick up weapons, reload, all that kind of stuff. And it's got these types of things here that show you where to go, what to do, like here, like indicators. So that's fine. An 8. I think an 8's comfortable. Number 3 is fun. I'm literally learning how to do this as we go. Use V towards a grapple to point the grapple. I think it's been a lot of fun. The storyline is awesome. I think that, you know, the features that they're throwing in here, like this grappling, is cool. I'm going to give this game a 10 on fun. I think it's enjoyable. I see why people invest hundreds and thousands of hours into this game. So a 10 is appropriate. Number 4, visuals. So this one I feel can potentially be controversial depending on the graphics card that you have. So that may alter your experience. So keep that in mind. But I'm going to give the visuals a 9. And here is why. The cinematic parts of this were phenomenal. And I'm going to show a couple here for you so that you can see it. But they were unbelievably beautiful. I thought this was going to be cartoony, gimmicky, like just really low quality graphics, but it was very detailed, very intimate. And I really liked it overall. So I think the visuals are an incredible feature. If you have the ability to kind of crank the graphics up and look at it, I would definitely recommend it. So I'm giving it a 10. And the last metric is this game accessible? Can your average person with an average PC on an average budget play it? You know, it's, first of all, it's a $70 game. So that right there is almost like a fifth of what some people are spending on their entire computer, or maybe, you know, like a seventh or something like that. But on top of that, this is a relatively new computer with the latest generation card. It's a Ryzen 7 8700F with an RTX 5070. The CPU is not great. It could be better. It could be upgraded. But anyway, it's struggling to get 60 FPS on this, like, consistently. So I'm going to have to say it's not very accessible. With that, I'm probably going to give this game a 2. All right, so let's take a look at our overall score for Borderlands 4. So we gave it a 3 for performance. Doesn't perform super great. We gave it an 8 for difficulty. It's not too hard. It's not too easy. It's pretty perfect there. Fun, gave it a 10. Visuals, we gave it a 10. And accessible, we gave it a 2. So that brings the total score for this game of Borderlands 4 to a 35 out of 50, which is basically a C. And that seems appropriate for it. So I'd love to know in the comments, if you were to use these metrics, how would you rate Borderlands 4? Would you rate it much higher, much lower? What are your thoughts? And also, I wanted to give a big shout out to the sponsor of this video, Sanford Business Experts, for sponsoring us. If you have any recruiting or hiring needs, please check them out. It's a company that I own. I'll leave the link for that description below. Thank you guys, and we'll catch you in the next video.